Hello there, welcome back. Back in the world of Dark Souls again. Picking up basically exactly where we were after beating the Capra Demon, it being about a week later in actual time. I've been quite busy with coursework, you see, and that's all over with, for now at least, so I've decided I'm going to sit down and record some solid gameplay. But anyway, we've got shitloads of souls, and we need to spend them on something. We can only buy one level though, but let's stick it into Dex. Let's try and get Dex up to 40 as soon as we can. But since it has been about a week, I'm going to go quickly warm up with the hollows up there for about 5 minutes, and then once we're done there, I will meet you at the entrance to the depths. So I'll see you there.
Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires. The poor young girl sent down into a tomb. What a terrible mission she is burdened with.
It looks like the NPCs up here have appeared. Completely forgotten, but once you beat Capra Demon, I think that's what it is. It might be when you beat the Bell Gargoyles, but I think it's when you beat the Capra Demon. These men appear, and they're about to go down to the catacombs, as the young man down there just told us. Unfortunately, though, they're a little, not racist, but, you know, they don't really like me, specifically. Here's the best NPC, by the way, but we have a chat with this guy and see what he says about our appearance. What's up?
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that.
He just sounds like a little pussy, doesn't he? We don't like him. So instead we're going to talk to his milady. Just instead of him. Look at that, sitting there holding her hand. It's like, oh shit. I've just tried to open these jars over here full of raspberry jam, and these men won't help me. Now I've hurt my hand doing it.
You're undead as well.
Yes, I am undead.
No time to fret.
I don't normally look like this.
I have my mission, and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good. Yeah, I'll agree with you. It's not a good idea to get the curse of never ever dying overcome you. You know, I'd love to try fighting the same boss 500 times over until I learn its pattern and then can never lose to it. That sounds like a really fun game. I'm sure it'll be like Game of the Year. 2011? No? It wasn't, was it? It was like Skyrim. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she doesn't like talking to us because we're, like, mouldy. That's alright. She's anti-mold. This man over here, by the way, is the best lines of dialogue in the entire game. Told you. He's wonderful. Anyway, quickly go back to farming just to warm up. It's not really farming for souls because they don't give much, but it's good to warm up your old parries and dodges and stuff before you start playing. Well, actually, hello. Are you selling anything good that I can buy? Purchase. I can buy magic weapon, which I most certainly will. And I'll also go equip it. Thank you. Yes. Because here we go. Tune magic. Takes up 1 slot, and I think we can actually use it. If we equip in our shield hand the... what is it? Catalyst, I think. Look at this. Isn't that cool? We now got a glowing sword, and it basically just buffs the weapon, in addition to the normal damage it does. Doesn't overwrite the bleed or anything, it just does additional magic damage based on your intelligence, I believe, because it's a sorcery. Sorcery is based on intelligence, and miracles are based on faith, 2 main types of magic in this game. And there's also, like, dark magic, but I think that's technically faith-based, I think? Like, dark bead and stuff? I can't remember, I don't normally use them, but yeah. This will be useful when it comes to fighting bosses and stuff later. Basically just allows us to do shit more damage for free. It's basically a free 5 buffs until you go to the next bonfire. Oh yeah, look, we've got enough souls to quickly buy a couple more buffs, which will be very useful for the upcoming boss fights. Because I intend to try and quickly run through the depths and complete the boss of this episode, and then the episode after that, hopefully we can head off to either Blighttown or we'll take a short detour. I'm not sure yet. I'll think closer to the time. But anyway, this is the entrance to the depths. If you're not sure where to progress in Dark Souls, you have to beat... We don't have to beat. The depths is technically optional depending on what your starting character is. R1, it is optional. Due to the Master Key, you can kind of beat... To be honest, with the Master Key, you can skip most of the game, and it's a bit boring. On your first run, I'd recommend not using the Master Key and just trying to play through all the bosses in all the games. Just because it's more fun. You actually get to experience the game, rather than just, you know, skipping everything. But anyway, we're not going to skip it. Here's the door. You have to open this door, you have to beat Capra Demon. And you can't summon for Capra Demon, so if you're having difficulty, you know, try not to tank him, run light armor and dodge everything, and kill the dogs first, and go up to the top left stairs in the Capra Demon room, and then do drop stabs on him over and over again. That's an easy way to kill him without having to really worry. Anyway, we've beaten him, so we've got the key for this, which the Master Key won't open, I think. You need the key. Key to the depths. And as we'll see much later in the game, I want to show, the depths, despite what it might feel like, is actually not that far. It's not actually in the depths, it's kind of like middles in terms of geographical location. Some levels in Dark Souls are like thousands and thousands of meters lower. Oh god, it's pretty dark in here. I've forgotten how dark. However, as it is a cool little dark sewer level, there are of course many secrets and many shortcuts, which we'll be accustomed to. And of course, as with every optional area in every game, there's an item which you'll want to come into and get anyway, which will be the Ember, which we'll get to in just a few seconds, but that will let us get our weapon from +5 up to +10. Right now, I think our dagger's on the max it can currently be. If we get this Ember, however... hello. Final boss of Dark Souls. Someone in the comments told me that apparently these ones, they can pretty much one-shot you on New Game Plus. So the way this game works is once you beat it, you can play over and over again on loop with the same character and all your levels and shit, but with harder enemies. And up until I think New Game +7, +6, +7, they get harder considerably, and then after that it kind of stays at that level. So I think New Game +6 or +7 is like the hardest the game gets. But I think at that point some bosses have so much health that, I mean, you're not really going to beat them anyway, unless you're really good at the game. Or you're very patient. I've personally never really tried getting too far into the New Game Plus, because I feel like it gets a little bit... Like, I enjoy, you know, building a new character and getting new weapons and doing a new loadout, whereas New Game seems to kind of... I feel like I end up just using the same loadout over and over again and just grinding through the levels, which I don't find very fun. But we're looking for a butcher. I think there's 2 butchers in this level, there might be 3. And they've got a little hat, which I want to wear. There's one of them. Look at them slicing up some meat. I wonder what kind of meat that could be. I think it's human meat. And there is a doggo, and I want to get that doggo riled to me, because it makes the fight a lot easier. There we go. Just closed my curtains, and suddenly it's become a lot lighter. I think I had like a lot of glare on my screen or something. I think there's a butcher that drops down here somewhere, actually. Is he up there? There he is. I think we'll be fine, though, if we just come down here and fight him. There's some dogs in the water, if I remember correctly, but... Yeah, hello. Maybe we can throw a firebomb at it or something. Come down. Come fight. Yeah? Can we backstab? I think we can, right? No? Yeah, we can, definitely. Big old enemies. Really, really... They do more damage than you expect. And they're quite scary. If you come down here for the first time and you see these bloody giant butcher's knife wielding cannibals, you kind of get a little bit scared, but... Don't worry, you can just click on them on the back twice and they'll die. And he's not dropping anything for us today. There's 2 of him. We're going to go fight his brother. And there's some dogs in the water. I don't need to go in the water. I think there's just some souls or some, like, shards in there or something I don't need. Ah! I completely forgot! This is... I think this is my favourite NPC, if not one of my favourites. He's a little friend over here. If you're very...
Yes, you. Please, you must help me.
We're going to help him. Don't worry. If you're an idiot, you might try to break these barrels with your sword. If you hit a man with a sword, you'll cut his arms off, so the best way to get him out is to roll. Roll him out of there. Hello, my dear friend. Darkness, my good old friend, how have you been?
Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Being eaten alive. I'm so thankful. Thank you.
So yeah, the sounds like the butchers had like put him in one of these barrels to eat him later. Laurentius, hello. So this is, like, in the entire game, this is one of the few genuinely nice characters. He is purely here to be our friend. And as we'll find out later, he's also a bit of an exile, just like we pretended to be. That's our RP. That's our backstory. We're a bit of an exile. And this man actually is, and he just wants to be our friend, and he's happy that we want to be friends with him.
Hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Oh god, I love him. He's so nice. We're going to leave him. He's going to teach us... You see his hand glowy thing there? He's going to teach us how to be a pyromancer. If you start as the pyromancer class, you start with his glove by default. Or, you know, the pyromancer hand. It's called the glove by some people. I always call it the glove just because it looks a bit like one. And you can use pyromancy from the start, but not us. We didn't start like that. And I could swear around here was where the... was where you normally break what's-his-face out of prison. Although I could be wrong. Actually, no, I think you break the bloke out of prison... bloody gold armor man with the huggy armor. I think you break him out of prison in that church tower that we've forgotten. Also, by the way, this is the level that incorporates slimes, because it's an RPG and it has to have slimes. And they're a bit annoying because unless you have pyromancy, they basically take forever to kill. And they're super slow, and they'll only really hit you if you're not really paying attention. If you just spam them over and over again, you can kill them though. But it's definitely a bit of a grind. It's one of the reasons I don't really like the depths too much without playing pyromancer. If you're running like combustion, You can like one-shot them, but we're not doing that. Which is a shame, which means it's going to take forever to get through here. Hello, I nearly forgot about you. They have like no armor, by the way, so you can kill them if you just spam them, but you'll always want to have your sword up, so you don't have to deal with them. And where are they? Are there any slimes? I always forget. I want to be very slow through here, because this level makes you want to just speed through everything as fast as you can, because it's disgusting and, you know, it's a sewer level. No one likes sewer levels. But that's wrong. You shouldn't. You should be slow and methodical and careful. Over there's a bonfire, which I'll get to. And over here is nothing but a slime above the roof, I think. So, I'm actually going to go sit at the bonfire. There should be... Yeah, there's loads of slimes on the ceiling. I think if I run past and open the door, I should be fine, though. Unless I need the actual key to open it. Oh, shit. I didn't know they could just drop on your head. How do I get out? Do I just mash the keys? Yeah, okay. I thought if you ran through, they wouldn't get you. That was my fault. You might need a key to get to this bonfire. I forget. I always run to here, though. Yeah, no master key opens it, thank God. Thank God for using a cheaty item to get as where you want to go. So, the depths. The first time I played through this, it took me hours and hours to get through, because it's a bit of a labyrinth. A bit of a disgusting underground labyrinth you don't really want to deal with. However, I know a few speedy, cheaty runs, so I'm going to quickly actually go back up to the top, because I didn't pick up the Ember. we completely ignored the Butcher. Hello, you have to hit us with your attack first. There you go. I would highly not recommend trying to fight that enemy without it being staggered. I would not recommend, you know, letting it swipe and hitting it. Like, you want it to stagger first before you do anything, because otherwise it will just randomly kill you. That's my tip, if you're dying to him. Oh, by the way, that Butcher up there doesn't... None of the Butchers respawn. Certain enemies don't respawn. Some of them are strong enemies, some of them are important, like the ones that was controlling the drawbridge before. But stuff like these dogs down here always respawn. So we want to lure them. I guess I will have to go through the water. My original strat of getting to the Butcher involves like a couple of jumps, but I completely forgot to do them. So I do have to go through the water and fight these dogs, but luckily I can lure them by sound just from me walking through the water, so I should be able to fight them one at a time. Thank God I put some stuff into endurance. These would be hell if I could only swing my thing like once or twice. Luckily, I can make a few swings after blocking. Endurance, very good. I could swear there was like some shards in the water. I must have been wrong though, or I'm missing them. But we want to get this dog over here as well. Come on, dog. I don't want to fight you and your butcher friend. I want to fight you. Are you blind? They might be blind. Maybe they just have a really short range, or like... Maybe they're the butcher's pet dogs, perhaps, and he told them to guard. That could be an idea. A bit of lore. Some of the enemies are like that. Like, they have a little bit of oomph to them. And I want to get the guard dog off of him before I fight him himself, because I just want to backstab him, basically. I don't want to backstab him while I'm fighting a dog. Come on. There you go. Bloody jump attack. Oh. Oh god, he's after us. Why won't this dog get hit? Like, big downside of this dagger, it has no range at all, so enemies like this which jump everywhere are hell. Just because they'll always jump out of your range. And he can run through the swamp, I think, for free, so I want to get out of here. I understand that I can't 100% block, but I can at least block a little bit. There we go. Come up here. You should drop your sack head, if I remember correctly. No, you have to jump up here. Yes, I agree. Could you come up here, though, like up these stairs? You'll work it out eventually, I'm sure, right? Hello? Okay, let's just ignore him for now and pick up his loot, because apparently he doesn't care. Not a mimic. If you can see that chain, it's facing away from us. If it's a mimic, the chain here will be facing towards you, on the right. Good idea. I mean, once you play through the game like once or twice, you'll know where all the mimics are anyway. But that's the large ember. That's what we came here for. If you wanted to skip the depths, this is the item that you want to get and then skip. Oh, that took all of my health. Let's escape. I was kind of hoping that, like, he'd get staggered and then chase me up the stairs, but, you're not helping today. I've never gotten him down here before, and I have no idea how to get him out. Hello? Do we have a bow? No? Maybe I should go into the water and greet him. Like, try and lure him back up to the staircase, maybe? Oh god, he's terrifying. I've never had this fight last this long, actually. I blame it on the water, to be honest. Come up the stairs. The stairs. Yeah! He worked it out, eventually. Don't go back into the water, it's disgusting in there. What are you doing? It's just a pill. I think they have a little bit... Enemies in this game seem to have a bit of difficulty with, like, pillars. Especially, a boss we'll fight later. A really easy way to cheese them is basically just to hide behind the pillar in their boss room. For some reason, they just never understood it. I think they fixed that in later games. That's, yeah, like, 2 shots. That's what it normally takes. No time at all. It's just getting stuck in the water. Weird things, like this game, the enemies... You know, the patterns aren't that hard once you've played it, but then sometimes the environment makes them hard, which I really like. So it makes the game different each time if you fuck up a little bit. Anyway, look. Chop up his desk. There you go, his big old chunk of weightless meat. Oh, by the way, here's a little shortcut. I have no firebombs, so this shortcut's kind of useless. However, we'll be able to pick up a second spider shield, I think, if we've already got one. I think we picked one up on one of the bridges, like the dragon bridge earlier. But let's go pick up our second one. Hello. So normally, this giant rat will maul us, and I expect he probably will, because there's a spider shield. Second one. It's possible to get 3 if you start as the hunter or whatever. Typically you'll want to throw firebombs at him before dropping down. I don't think I own any firebombs at all. Nope, none at all. But you know what I will do? Quickly do a little bit of buffing, and try and drop him. I'm probably going to die because I don't remember how to drop. Let me just test over here. Nope, that's attack. How do I jump again? I've completely forgotten how to jump attack. Give me a sec. Oh well, I'll work it out. Oh fucking hell, I can't even jump off of there. Depths. Very, very tightly packed. Oh wait, come here. I love that. The drop stab in this game is so satisfying. There you go. Big and scary, but in fact, not actually that powerful. And you can get a little bit of humanity off of him. There's a lot of humanity in this area. Until the DLC was released, this was actually the best place to farm humanity, because I think there's an area with a bunch of rats, and you can just kill them over and over again to drop humanity. Sewer chamber key. I don't remember what that is. Maybe that was the save room. I don't remember. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's Maybelline. Anyway, we can skip through, like, the entire depths now. I think we have to go left here. I hope I'm not wrong. No, we were right. Okay, there we go. And we're at the boss, basically. That was it. The entire depths. There we go. All done. Yeah. Couple of shortcuts can really, like, cut down your game time. Like, if there's certain areas you don't want to have to play through over and over again. The depths is one of my areas I really hate. Like, it's a cool aesthetic, you know, like... Oh, look, there's all these, like, you know, rotten, nasty bits of flesh on the wall everywhere, and there's rats, and there's sewers. I just don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. By the way, through there is Blighttown. We don't have the key to it yet, but let's have a little chat with this odd little man. Hello. Ai Shamai. What a wonderful man. I love his voice. He's got a really nice little voice actor, hasn't he? Like, he looks like he's a lot more... He's wearing armour, of course. This isn't what his actual face looks like. But he looks like he'd be a lot more exotic than he actually sounds like. Yeah, anyway, he sells gold pine resin. And bottomless bogs. And other shit to help you with the boss. So, like, if you're having difficulty with the boss, you can just buy this crystal straight sword. If you're having difficulty with the boss, you can buy this straight sword from him. And it does a fair old whack of damage because it's crystal. How much? 150? That's quite strong. It's quite a lot of damage. And I think he sells... Yeah, he sells gold pine resin. Gold pine resin. He also sells gold pine resin, which we'll actually buy all of, to be honest. Why not? I don't need my souls for anything else. Actually, wait, while I'm here, let me quickly pick up some other shit. Yeah, hello. Ai Shamai, yeah. Yeah, he sells all his armor. It's ridiculously expensive, and it's not particularly good, but it does look really cool. Anyway, we want to pick up loads of arrows. There we go, just spent 1800 souls on arrows. That means that if I want to spam an enemy like miles away until he dies, we will meet again. Another fine trade. I just bought like loads of arrows off you. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, on to the boss. Actually, wait. I don't know if I want to fight the boss yet. I want to clear out his arena first. I need to remember how to do that. There's a staircase around here somewhere, I think. These rats are a little bit scared of us, I think, until you actually try to fight them, so that's quite cool. Up there is the bonfire we were just at. Down there is a bunch of basilisks eventually, after a bunch of rats. Oh, don't attack me, I'm talking. Do you mind? I'm trying to do a commentary here. Yeah, a sword really isn't good for the depths either. Like, you want to be able to do as much damage to these rats as possible, because they will overwhelm you and then one-shot you. Which I don't want. They just... Okay, that's fine. Good thing we just spent all of our souls. That was awful. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a bunch of rats. You want to not get overwhelmed? It's really easy to happen here. So I'm going to go quickly pick up my souls again, which should be down through here. Does not open from this side. Wonderful. We have not actually opened the shortcut that I just took. So I'm going to have to run all the way around to go and open it. Here you go, this is the humanity farm. If you need loads of humanity fast, just come here and like swing at these rats over and over again. Try not to die though. We really do not have the loadout for this area. It's becoming very apparent to me. I think last time I was down here I had a big old scythe, which made this a lot easier. Kinda cool how like different weapons make certain areas of the game easier and certain areas of the game a lot harder. But I also don't want to die because I think I dropped 2 humanity on my corpse, which I'd like. I'd like to have back. So through my random exploration trying to find the shortcut, I've actually discovered the area I just want to be in, and it's the area with one of the chancellors. Chancellors? Channelers, that's what they're called. And he's defending a bunch of rats, which I think I'm going to just shoot to try and kill. Longbow, here we go. Because almost I don't want to run down there and try to fight them with my sword. Seems like a bad idea, because I've only got a little dagger. But if I can try and get them up here one at a time without proccing the channeler, that'd be a good idea. Hello. Oh, bloody hell. I don't normally use the... I normally have like a little short hunting bow. I don't normally have a big old longing bow. So I'm not used to how long it takes to fire. And I've never actually just played a ranger when you just kind of shoot stuff with arrows. Sounds like it could be quite an interesting way to play though. Because you have to be quite slow and methodical until you get the hunter bow. And then at that point you just have to stock up on like poison arrows and shit. Could be fun though. Could be fun. Got to say that this makes it quite a different way to play through. Normally I have like a big old scythe or something, or longsword at this point. Bloody hitboxes. So having to like fight them like this is really weird. I also shouldn't be using the parrying shield for this either, because I'm not parrying any of these enemies. So actually what I should be using is the... what is it? Grass Crest Shield, there we go. Want that stamina regen, that's a good idea. Hello, you've walked all the way back to your little spot, have you? Oh, I forgot the timing for that. And there's rats in here. Jesus Christ. It's been so long since I've had to, like, think this hard about the depths. Holy shit. I might die here. Very unfortunate if it happens. Let me think quite carefully about this. I actually think... let's wait for the poison to wear off, or use a purple moss, which we should have plenty of. We have 0 purple moss. We went through the forest and we have no moss. I actually think, if I remember correctly, this Grass Crest Shield has pretty good magic defense. But I don't remember exactly how to actually... oh shit, we're fat rolling, kinda. Let's unequip some of this armor first. Yep. Don't need any of this shit. There we go. Oh god, we're about to die and we have no Estus. Oh, this is awful. I also have no... nope, I have no way to get back. I'm just going to die here. Slowly die of poison. There we go. It's Dark Souls. So I've actually been having more difficulty than I thought, simply killing a few rats and a channeler. It's really interesting. I normally ditch this little dagger by now, as I've said, for like a scythe or something. So having no range is like a huge deal. And the fact we have like no burst damage. But I've figured out a pattern. I can like shoot these rats to get them out one at a time. I've switched to the spider shield instead of the parrying shield because I'm not parrying anything, and this thing has poison resistance. And I'm basically just taking them on one at a time. I'm waiting until I can fight the channeler one-on-one. At which point I'm going to like unequip all of my armor and then try and just dodge roll everything that he does. Kinda cool. I'm like figuring out a pattern and shit. It's interesting. Like this game, I don't know how many times I've just run through this area and without dying. Like I've done loads of runs of this game. And it's really cool how I'm still having difficulty with it, even though it's like, it's not a difficult level in the slightest. If I was playing like the knight starting class and had a longsword, this would be no trouble. You know, I could just poise through all of those attacks, sword over and over again. Instead, because I'm playing like a little stealthy guy, I'm having a lot of difficulty, because this is not a stealthy area by any means. And he has like, I don't know, it's cool. Anyway, I want to kill this guy, because if I don't, he'll buff the boss, and I haven't equipped these arrows. We bought loads of arrows off the Aishimai man, and I haven't equipped them. So I'm actually just gonna try and fight him a cheesy way. because I don't know how much I want to die over and over again fighting one enemy. One simple enemy. Let me try and actually get the headshot lined up so I can do this a bit quicker. Like this, how's that? Here we go, I'll cut to when it's done. Oh, a cool thing by the way is how enemies do this, if you headshot them. They like get, I don't know if it's poise breaking or what it is, but they get staggered horribly. Really quite cool. Stuff like this is built in. If you're playing like a hunter or something, or I don't know what you call them. I guess you'd call it a hunter. Someone who's using their bow, or like a ranger maybe. You could use that to your advantage maybe, because you can't stagger normally with a bow. It doesn't really do much damage. But you can stagger. Is there going to be another dude in here? I normally don't do this much exploration. I can't peer kill the guy and then run away, but there should be little bits and bobs. Ooh, large titanite shard. We'll need that. So that's where we'll be going next. Quite a cool room. Very large. Kind of reminds me of Skyrim a bit, if you think about it, like one of the big old, like, ruins. Dwemer ruins, maybe. Anyway, we want to head down a bit so we can start fighting the boss. Oh, hello. I also need to open the shortcut, because I failed to open it before. I just kind of died to some rats, very stupidly. And I don't know. Don't want to fall down there, because then I think we have to fight a bunch of basilisks, and then we'll get cursed, and that will be hell. Curse in this game is absolute hell. Apparently it was a lot worse on release. Like, if you were cursed, your health would keep halving over and over again until you had, like, a sliver. On the current build, though, and as it has been for a long time, curse just halves your health once, which is good. It's better, I guess. Anyway. Quickly rest at the bonfire and then go back to the start of the depths where we can go to the shortcut again. Actually, you know what? While I'm at it, I want to show off an NPC spawn. So I'm going to quickly reverse my humanity. What is it? Reverse hollowing. There we go. I want to go show off the Knight of Thorns. So sometimes when you run through this game, if you're playing as a human, at least, if you've used your humanity to return yourself to a state of having normal skin and stuff, you'll start fighting NPCs, and they'll spawn in the same location every time. And if I remember correctly, Kirk should spawn somewhere around here. Keep this poison shield up. As I remember, I think I mentioned it last time, it has pretty good poison resistance. Very good for fighting these rats if you're having difficulty. But he should be spawning, if not in this section, in the basilisk section, which I'll show off. So let's quickly run down to where we were fighting. Actually, is it down here? It might be. A little slide, yeah. Drop down here, fight some basilisks. Okay, so we might die to some curse, which I'm prepared for. But I want to see if I have any good, like, curse protective stuff. I don't think I have any, though. Any at all. Nope, nothing with curse resistance. I don't think I have the curse ring, either. Nope. So I'm going to run through here. Otherwise I will die. And I'll never be happy again. Unfortunately. Oh god, there's basilisks on me, aren't there? Really scary looking. Oh god, we have no resistance at all. So they changed curse in later games. In Dark Souls 3 it just basically insta-kills you. But I do not want to deal with it. If I can just lure them off one at a time though, I'll be pretty happy. Are you around here somewhere, Kirk? I believe you are, aren't you? Does he not spawn somewhere down this corridor? A little baby rat, hello. I could swear he spawns around here. Maybe I'm wrong. Spawns a little bit later on. Excuse me, I had my shield up. Oh, there he is. Where is he? I don't want to actually fight him, I wanted to backstab him. Oh god, this is quite poor, actually. So we're about to fight... Actually, if I can kill the rats, it'll make it a lot easier. I was going to say we're about to have to fight the NPC and some rats, but this makes it a little bit easier. So typically you just try to backstab him as he spawns, this Kirk guy. He's stuck on a wall. Instead, we're just going to swing around him and backstab him like a pussy. He has no idea what he's doing. He's got a really, really cool armor set, though. One of my favourites in the game. If you meet him in all of his locations in the game, he also does bleed. His weapons are all, like, related to him. Like, I think if he rolls into you, you take damage, because he's covered in spikes. And if you get his armor, or at least his shield, you can do that too. Oh shit. But you want to be careful when you're fighting him, because if you do let your guard down, you will get, like, bleed build up pretty fast. And he does quite a bit of damage too. But no, we dealt with him pretty fast. Get quite a few souls and some humanity, I think. Actually, quite a few souls indeed, yeah. And we get some humanity off of him too. Wonderful. So it's quite a good way, if you're good at the game, to get strong quite fast, is just to do these little invasions over and over again. They only happen once, but once you play through the game and roughly know where they are, you can try and... You know where the easy NPCs are, and you can fight them and get easy humanity, easy souls. And here we are, back at the shortcut, which I should open up now that I'm not being swamped by 40 rats. Because if I'm honest, I forgot there was even a door here. I thought, oh, you know, I can just run back from the bonfire when I'm back here. Nope. I have to open up from this side. And there we go, back in the shortcut. So we'll quickly spend these souls and go and fight the boss. This has been a lot longer than I thought it was actually going to take. Normally you just quickly skip through the depths, you know, go through the shortcut, open up this, sit at the bonfire, go down, fight some rats, and then you're at the boss. Quite interesting. We can buy 2 levels. That Kirk, he was worth more than the bloody Capra Demon. Anyway. We've been dying a bit more lately than I've wanted to, so let's put stuff into health. Typically I don't even tend to put up health. Like, I'll have it on... I'll have it on the minimum until the end of the game, and then I'll suddenly put, like, all of it in, and I'll get, like, 20 vitality or something. 27. I'm not sure what the normal meta is. It's something like that. Anyway. Quickly go back through the shortcut. The rat, as you can see, by the way, the giant rat didn't respawn. But these little diddly rats down here will spawn. We've got all this humanity. It feels like such a waste to just carry it, but there's nothing really we can do. We can't just spend it. We could kindle the bonfire, but I don't really want to do that. I just want to run towards the boss. And I think this rat will chase us if we do that. So we just want to fight him quickly. Hello. I can't wait until I get, like, a better weapon. I think I will take a detour instead of going straight to Blighttown, because I really want to get my favourite weapon. While I do enjoy a good little bit of swording, a little bit of daggering here and there, I do want to get my good old friend back. And speaking of good old friends, by the way, there's 2 of them around here. I believe, if I'm not... I might be mistaken. Maybe they're somewhere else? I was under the impression that Solaire and... what's-his-face spawned around here. Oh, maybe they spawned down here. Here we go. Do I... So, I can definitely beat the boss without summons, but I might just summon because I never do. There should be a heavy crossbow as well. You can use this if you want. I could swear that the gold armor dude spawns around here, but... Who's that? That's Solaire. Maybe he spawns up top, around the corner? Maybe he spawns down here somewhere? I'm going to quickly find it out, because it might be interesting to show if you're having a lot of difficulty with this boss. Which you shouldn't. He's basically just like a big HP drain. If you learn his attacks, which... It doesn't take too long. He only has a few attacks. He's not too tricky. Oh, I can't get through here. Maybe I'm wrong. I must be wrong then. Because I know you can spawn the NPC for this, but I'm not sure where he is. Maybe he's just down by the door. I don't know. I don't really care. Let's just go on and fight the boss. We've got quite a few buffs as well, so I'm going to... We do have all this lightning resin, but I want to save that for a later boss, if possible. I think we're prepared. We don't need this. We don't really need armor either, because I don't really think I'll get hit, but I might as well. I don't intend on going low health either. You know what, let's just leave all our shit on. We should be fine. Do I need the spider shield? I don't think I do. I think what I might do, actually, ignore what I just said. We're not going to equip any armor. I mean, it doesn't really matter if we use the red tearstone ring or not, because if I get on low health, I'll be healing anyway. Use the grass... Oh god, he's got a really bloody hairy chest, hasn't he? That really put me off for a second. I completely forgot about that. Ugh. Give him some leggings. There you go. How's that? That's fine. Anyway, let's buff our sword. Whoosh. And use... Well, actually, we can't use pine resin and the magic, so ignore what I just said. We're just going to use our magic for now. Watch this really, really cool cutscene. Isn't that just like the coolest thing in the world? And he's also got like a really good music as well. And he's really scary and imposing and looks like a giant toothy vagina. But ignore that. He's really scary and cool. Unless I've forgotten how to run away. I need to remember his patterns quickly, so you'll forgive me if I actually take a few swings here or there. But if I remember correctly, you just want to bait him into putting his head down, whack him a few times, and then escape because he's going to charge. And that's it. That's all this boss fight is basically baiting him to do that over and over again, and then running away. If you hit him on the nose, though, I feel like it does more damage. Also makes a silly little wiggle when you do it. Here we go, I do remember a little bit. He's blind, by the way, if you're wondering how I'm doing this. I think... the story behind this enemy is that it was like a dragon that got a little bit too hungry, got a little bit too hungry one day, and decided to start eating humanity or something, like down in the depths. So it became really mutated and horrid. But this is actually one of the few dragons in the game, if I remember correctly. Like, this actually is an ancient dragon that's just been, like, turned into something really weird by humanity. Quite cool. I'm actually going to use this pine resin because this is going to take forever. That magic thing really does not do as much damage as I need it to. We're doing a little bit more now. I want to cut his tail too because I'll A, get a cool weapon, and B, it'll make the fight a lot easier because then he won't be able to do his tail swing attack. And I am being very, very patient, by the way. If I'm impatient and I just rush him over and over again, like I take more swings than I know I can do, I will almost certainly die. Like that, when his head raises up, that's when he's about to charge, and you just want to run away. And then he stops for a few seconds after he's finished charging. And this is the pattern. He definitely took me a few goes the first time I fought him, until I realised that it's just patience. Like there, I definitely could have taken more swings, but I want to always make sure I can get away. I'm quite a patient player, as you can tell. Like, it is definitely possible to be a lot less patient than this and just charge at him over and over again, willy-nilly. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to die to this boss after so many hours of fighting him over and over again. I feel like I should have cut his tail off by now as well, but maybe I'm not hitting it in the right place. Nope, not going to run back in. I've had my time. And there you go. This is it. This is the boss fight. Looks a lot more intimidating than he actually is, like a lot of bosses in this game. Like, they really like build them up to making you think, oh, you know, he's really stark and scary and spooky, and how am I ever going to fight something this big? You know, I only have like a tiny little dagger. Where in reality, all you have to do is attack him over and over again. You're about to tail swing, aren't you? No, you're going to lift up? He's going to lift up. Nope. Am I not going to be able to cut his tail off? It's normally not that tricky. It's the first time he's done this attack all day. And I think he also does one where he spits like acid that eats away at your weapon durability. But he's not doing that yet. Jesus, we're doing no damage at all though. Oh shit, got stuck away a little bit. First Estus of the fight. Not too bad. Quite late in at least. Good to see that we've still got a little bit of fire left in us though. Is he going to lift up? Yeah. He's starting to lift his tail into the air. I think he's realised that we're attacking it. So he's lifted it into the air. It's normally not this hard to get rid of the tail though. It normally only takes a few swings. Maybe it's just because we're doing like no damage at all. Oh, by the way, he has one really scary attack if you... He hasn't tried it yet, but sometimes he'll try and like grab you with his hands and then he'll eat you. And it is like the scariest thing in the bloody world. It's one of those things that, like, you know how like Re-Deads in Zelda are like really scary, the zombies? It's got that aspect to it, where it's just some giant toothy monster eating you, and it feels really wrong. Oh, that was quite lucky. Nearly got hit though. Don't tail swing, please. You did a tail swing. That's alright, we're going to cut it off anyway. There we go. Great. Dragon King Great Axe. Kind of cool how, like, his tail immediately morphs into a weapon. A bit weird, if you ask me, but I think it's quite cool. In Dark Souls 3, I believe, they got rid of tail weapons, but they added... It was from Dark Souls 2, but in Dark Souls 3 they had specifically boss souls you could spend to make boss weapons, which makes a lot more sense than just the boss's tail cutting off and turning into a great axe. Dark Souls 2 had a lot of cool stuff though, like people... Shit. That would have been quite embarrassing. People like to shit on Dark Souls 2 because it was a bit different from 3. And, sorry, it was a bit different from 1, but it did have a lot of really cool stuff. Namely, like, the weapons and just the amount of variety in the game. Quite scary. But almost all the bosses in Dark Souls 2 had, like, 1 or 2 boss weapons attributed to it. Which I thought was really cool. And it wasn't just, you know, it magically forming. Oh, shit. Oh, don't die now. Holy shit. Do you remember what I said at the start about, not taking stuff lightly and wanting to be slow and careful? Well, there you go. Jesus Christ, I think I've died to that boss since I first started playing. That's quite embarrassing. That's alright, let's run back quickly, I'll skip to when it's nearly done, and then I'll show off the last bits. Quite embarrassing, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. That was embarrassing. Gaping Dragon down didn't take one go, which is pretty horrifying. This is definitely one of those bosses where it's like, it punishes you heavily for not having damage. As we pick up the armor of someone that clearly died trying to fight this boss. This fight would have been a million times harder, by the way, if I hadn't killed that channeler up there. It would have actually buffed the boss, giving it more health and maybe more damage? I'm not sure about that, but definitely more health at least. Which would have been hell. But anyway, we finally beat it. Embarrassingly enough, it didn't just take one go, which it should have, realistically, but it's kind of made me realise, A, I should have put armour on, because I don't need to take that much damage against it, and B, I need to go pick up a friend quickly. Which we'll do next time, but that's what we will end it here for today. Next time we'll be picking up... have a quick dip into the catacombs, and then a quick dip maybe to get the another weapon. But anyway, that'll be it for today. I'll see you all next time, and goodbye.